Most plants bloom every year. These ones get one shot, one bloom, one chance. Then they are gone. What they do with that one moment will change how you see every plant you have ever looked at. There is a category of plant biologists called monocarpic. It flowers exactly once, produces seeds, and dies. Not from disease, not from drought. By design. The three plants in this video are the extreme end of that strategy. The ones where the wait stretches so long that entire human generations pass before the moment arrives. One of these plants generates its own body heat, raises itself to the temperature of a living human being, and produces a smell that scientists describe as one of the most unpleasant odors created by any organism on Earth. It does this on purpose. One flowers so rarely that the last time it happened in the wild, the event triggered a famine. The Indian government now prepositions emergency food supplies specifically because of this plant's biology. 3 plants, 3 strategies, each one stranger than the last. Plant number 1, Puya raimondii, Queen of the Andes. Imagine planting a seed the day a child is born. That child grows up, has children of their own, grows old, dies, and the plant has not yet flowered. Puya raimondii grows at one of the highest altitudes of any flowering plant on Earth. The conditions are not an accident. Brutal soil, freezing nights, unpredictable drought. This plant chose the hardest possible environment and decided to outlast it. For between 80 and 150 years, it stores energy in its core. What botanists call a carbohydrate sink, a long-term reservoir accumulating the slow products of high-altitude photosynthesis across decades. Then something switches. At the cellular level, the growing tip stops producing leaves and begins producing a flower spike. The switch is irreversible. The plant cannot stop. It is already committed to dying. The spike grows at a rate you can measure daily. Every calorie stored across a century is being redirected into this one structure. Within weeks, it reaches 10 meters. The spike weighs more than a small car. The plant spent its entire life building the root system to hold it upright. When fully open, it carries up to 12,000 individual flowers. Hummingbirds arrive in numbers researchers describe as extraordinary, drawn from distances that have not been fully mapped, as though something in the birds is calibrated specifically to this rare event. The plant flowers for 3 months. The seeds disperse. The spike browns, and the plant that spent more than a century preparing is gone. If you are watching this and finding it interesting, subscribe before you forget. There are 2 more plants in this video that are stranger than what you just saw, and this channel is only getting started. The Queen of the Andes spent a century building in silence. The next plant on this list also waits years in darkness. But what it does when it finally emerges is something no other plant on Earth does the same way. Plant number 2, Amorphophallus titanum, corpse flower. When this plant is about to flower, botanical gardens issue public announcements. Not because it is beautiful, because it smells like a decomposing corpse. Amorphophallus titanum grows underground as a corm, a dense starch-filled storage organ that can weigh over 100 kilograms in mature specimens. For between 7 and 10 years, sometimes longer, it produces a single large leaf above ground each season. Not a flower, 1 leaf per year. Then, without external warning, the leaf does not return. The flower spike begins instead. What happens next is specific. The titanum is one of a tiny number of plants capable of thermogenesis, generating its own body heat. At peak bloom, its central spike reaches 36 degrees Celsius, the exact temperature of a living human being. The compounds it produces are documented. Dimethyl trisulfide, the primary chemical signature of rotting flesh. Trimethylamine, decomposing fish. Isovaleric acid, the molecule that makes unwashed feet smell the way they do. The heat vaporizes all of it simultaneously, dispersing the smell across a radius that researchers estimate at over a kilometer in still air. The target is the specific beetle and flesh fly drawn to decomposing organic material, which will, in the process of investigating this flower, carry its pollen. The plant does not smell like death because something went wrong. It smells like death because it works. The bloom lasts 48 hours. Then it closes. The corm goes dormant. Years pass before this happens again. People travel internationally to stand in line and smell it. Every botanical garden that has ever hosted a Titan arum bloom reports the same thing. The line is longer than for anything else they have ever exhibited. They come because it is rare, and because rare in the natural world always means something. The corpse flower deceives alone. One plant, one bloom. The final plant in this video does something else entirely. Its strategy is not individual. It is collective. And when it activates, it does not just affect the forest. It affects everything around it, including the people who depend on that land to survive. Plant number 3, the bamboo clock. Every individual of this bamboo species, no matter where on earth it is growing, flowers at the same time. Specimens transplanted to London, to Brazil, to California. They bloom within the same season as the wild population in Japan. Researchers have spent decades trying to disrupt the cycle. It cannot be disrupted. The clock runs inside the plant, and it runs for approximately 120 years between each flowering event. The last time this happened, the people who witnessed it were born into a world without electricity. The next time it happens, the people alive today will likely not be here to see it. The biological mechanism is still debated. The leading theory is mass seeding, synchronized reproduction that floods the environment with more seeds than any predator network can consume. The synchrony may be inherited from a shared ancestral flowering event, encoded at the genetic level and running independently of every environmental signal that normally controls plant behavior. What is not debated is what happens next. When hundreds of thousands of bamboo plants release seeds simultaneously, rodent populations explode. The food surplus is too vast for any natural control. Rats multiply at a rate calibrated to abundance, not to the normal balance of the ecosystem. When the seeds run out, which happens within months, the rats move into crops, into grain stores, into homes. In the Mizoram region of northeast India, this event has a name: Mautam, bamboo death. It has driven famines documented across centuries. The 1959 Mautam contributed to a political insurgency that lasted decades. The Indian government now prepositions emergency food supplies across the region, specifically because of this plant's reproductive biology. A government plans its disaster response around a flower that blooms less than twice in a human lifetime. After the flowering, the forest dies, all of it. At once, the seeds cover the forest floor, and a new forest, carrying the same 120-year clock, begins growing from the debris of the old one. 3 plants, 3 completely different answers to the same question. How do you survive in a world that gives you no guarantees? One builds for a century and becomes impossible to ignore. One manufactures a deception so precise that beetles travel a kilometer to fall for it. One coordinates across continents and overwhelms every system designed to stop it. None of this is accidental. Every strategy here is the result of millions of years of failure. Every individual that got it wrong, leaving nothing behind. What you just watched is what survived. These plants waited a century to be seen. If this video changed how you see them, subscribe. Because there are thousands more strategies hidden in plain sight. And this channel is only getting started. The next story is already growing.